Hi, I'm John Kaminsky, Managing Partner for OneAccord Capital Advisors, the investment bank arm of OneAccord, and I'm sitting down this afternoon with Justin Ririe from the Dahlonega Group. Justin was able to buy a couple companies from us here recently, and we're going to talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, it's great to be here with you today, John. Thanks for having me.
Justin, let's start out and tell us who are you, what your company does, and that little bit.
Yeah, my name is Justin Ririe, and I'm the managing director for the Dahlonega Group, and we are a family office, and really we aggregate capital, and we allocate that on a deal-by-deal basis. So it just provides us a lot of flexibility for the deals that we're getting involved with and our investors. So we've really set up a nice niche to be able to do that and have the flexibility to work on the verticals and the deals that we are so inclined to do so.
So what are those verticals, and what kind of companies are you looking for? What kind of companies do you work with?
Yeah, we've kept a pretty open mind with that. Really more interested in great deals, good people, and good products. And we've been involved with software. We're very heavily involved with manufacturing now. And we really like the landscape in the United States there with manufacturing and parts production. So, but that being said, we're pretty open to looking at other verticals and other interesting opportunities that are out there. And we've gotten heavily involved in divestitures and corporate carve-outs, as well as small family businesses that are well run with good products.
Okay.
So run the full gamut.
And so just explain how we got connected. You, Dahlonega Group with OneAccord.
Yeah, we through one of our business development reps in our network, we were lucky enough to get linked up with you guys as we were looking for opportunities out on the West Coast. And as soon as we got involved with OneAccord, it was a great, smooth process for us, and it really delivered exactly what we were looking for on the deal front.
Right, and we worked for two different deals.
Yes.
Talk a little bit about those two. Which pick one first.
Yeah. We got involved with a metal fabrication company that specializes in production, maintenance, and installation of equipment in the food processing industry in Eastern Washington, which is really right up our alley, and just had a great experience again sourcing that and working through that deal process with OneAccord. And it really, from our perspective, has just exceeded all expectations. So from the deal perspective and as we followed on with that and really had a great, it's been 12 months. I can't believe it.
I know,
so it's been great, been a great 12 months.
Well, how many companies have you purchased at this point?
Yeah, our firm started about 25 months ago, and we have 7 companies now. And again, we've been pretty open to look at any vertical, and we're not geographically distinct anywhere, so we look at stuff all over the United States. So we've been really busy. Exciting time, yeah.
And with that, you've worked with obviously 7 transactions. You've looked at more, I'm assuming, than that.
Oh, yeah.
What would you say is unique or different about the experience you had working with OneAccord?
Yeah, the for us on both sides of the transaction, transparency is most important. We have the freedom to choose who we work with, and we have that ability now. And we always look for people that are honest and upfront, and at the tactical level are able to prepare sellers for us. And prepare data and prepare meetings for us in a meaningful way. And all of those things are the kind of the ankle biters that kill deals if those aren't done properly. So that was just a great experience, and those things were lined up for us in those deals.
Great.
And it's really set you guys apart from other groups that we've worked with and seen.
And you bought 2 companies that we had represented, and different kinds of companies, the metal fabrication and a commercial plumbing business.
Yes.
And so with that, one was from a owner who retired, and one is from an owner who's remained involved.
Yeah.
And one of the things that we feel we set ourselves apart because we work with owners ahead of time to understand what does success look like, and how do we make find the right situation for our clients where it's a good fit. What can you say? Can you say anything about that? And it's kind of a left field, right? But what would you say about the the impact with the sellers that you bought from. How has that transition gone?
Yeah, that's again one of a really strong point for OneAccord for us. We again we value partnerships, and it was very evident when we started in that the sellers were prepared and they were ready for the transaction, which is key for the deal. But specifically with our metal fabrication company, we just had a great partner there. You guys had vetted that well. And we have a lasting relationship. Not only have we worked very closely with that owner in multiple deals, but he's also been an advisor for us. And we have plans into the future to work with them on upcoming deals. And he's also been able to really migrate into some of our other businesses with his expertise in engineering specifically.
Awesome.
And it's just been a great partnership. And he's a friend with our group now. I mean, just not only, which is amazing. You get to work with good people and you become friends. So, and I would say on our other opportunity that we worked on together with our plumbing company, it was a gentleman that was retiring, and we've called on him multiple times for advice. He's come and worked with us on different initiatives that we've had, and he's been willing and able to do that for us. And again, it's just both instances, although different outcomes for the owner, were really, really helpful for us, really meaningful for us. And we have relationships there that we value as well, which is a big part of this.
You've purchased 5 companies not from us.
Yeah.
Was transition as smooth? It's okay if it was.
Yeah, no, to be fair, we've had varying levels of transition work there. This is one of the most important things that we do when we buy these companies. They've got to be the people, the product, again, and the services have to be transitioned properly. And oftentimes we have heavy back-end systems that need to be transitioned over to, which is always rough. You know, it's never fun. Nobody ever says, "Oh, that was a great systems transfer." So I think those were again varying levels of success. With OneAccord, again, I felt like they were the most prepared for that. And we felt like they were the most prepared going into that from what we've seen so far. And to be honest, a few of those companies we probably wouldn't work with again that didn't prepare them as well. Because that's a lot of time and effort and energy from our organization that we have to put into that to make that successful. And it's a critical part of acquisition.
Yeah, you're dealing with resource constraints in terms of how many deals you can look at, how many you can pursue. Yeah. And you can't pursue them all.
Yeah,
So.
The opportunity cost is heavy, yeah.
So what would you say to somebody who's thinking about engaging with OneAccord?
Yeah, we would endorse it fully. We had a great experience. And again, for me, more importantly, we've got lasting relationships here, not only with the folks in your organization, but with the people that we've been engaged with buying these companies. So we would love to work on any deal with you. And once you find a relationship that works, that's important. It's meaningful.
So OneAccord Capital Advisors, we help companies get ready and transition well. Mm-hmm. We also help people buy companies. Do you use any resources to help on the buy side?
We haven't to date, other than our relationships that we've got with specific institutions that we've worked with before. So we have a lot of institutional knowledge there, but we're definitely looking for that service. And so we'll be following up with you on that, John, for sure.
What did you, as having purchased companies, mm-hmm. what's the hardest part? As you're going through this, I mean, you've bought 7. How many have you looked at to buy 7?
We have about a 10% conversion rate to pre-LOI. So you know what that means. So you're going through dozens and dozens and dozens to get to one company that fits all the criteria and that they're ready to go. So it's a very slim margin there that through cut down. So it's important. Again, everything that you can do in each step of that along the way, and your advisor can do, the greater ability you're going to have to succeed in that. And there's a lot of things that can trip you up in those deals and acquisition there for sure.
Are there things that you find consistently? This is the challenge. This is the biggest challenge. More often than if there's going to be a problem, here's where we see it.
Yeah, it is, and it seems simple to say this, but you need to find the buyers that are ready to sell. And whether that's a corporation, mm-hmm. whether that's an individual, whether that's a family business, or there's some other reason, the part of that vetting process is to make sure that those folks are set and that they're ready to sell, and it's for the right reason for them. Anything can trip those up again. Somebody can get along in that and change their mind in a dime if they really haven't made it, or if they haven't been vetted and prepared properly. If they get into the deal process on selling and it's unpleasant, it's really difficult, or they've missed something critical and they've got to go back, that is tough to do that while you're running a business, and it can really turn quickly the tide of a deal. So it's important.
What slows deals down more than anything else?
Again, I would not having accurate data of whether that's financial, operational, customer data, not having that in a meaningful way ready to produce and to display that and have that in the sale process. And again, when you're in the middle of running your company and you're trying to get all of that together in a meaningful way to sell, it's almost impossible to do that. It's almost impossible to separate that for a small business owner or a family business to be able to do that. That's why, again, that preparation is critical for that. And it can turn quickly if you're trying to run your business and you're really, really stressed through that process. It can turn you off really quickly. I've seen that happen a bunch.
So you see lots of businesses. What are the things that are the most significant impact to the valuation as you're looking at evaluating a business?
Yeah, it's it's recurring revenue for us. So the stronger that the contract and the relationships are between the entity and their customer base are the most meaningful. And as far as a multiple on valuation, that is what we are looking for. And again, the thinner that those relationships are, that's going to degrade the value the fastest. And again, if you're working on a one-time basis for revenue or a project base that's extraordinary, those are not good for valuation, and those will degrade that the fastest.
And here we are in the middle of 2023. There's a lot that's happened in the cost of money in the last 18 months. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of challenges that have come up and changes to the whole cycle of buying and selling businesses. What have you noticed as that trend? Is it easier, harder to sell businesses or buy businesses today?
Yeah, the biggest trends that I've seen, again, this at different levels. So at a corporate level, we have seen a lot of changing, and you can feel it here in the United States. There's a lot of changing attitudes with corporations. There's a lot of leadership changes that have occurred. And with that, companies are going in different directions. So there are a lot of divestitures and carve-out opportunities that are there because of that environment. And I would say at a family business, we have seen a lot of baby boomers that are finishing up, that are right at that point of retirement, and they don't have a succession plan. And they want to get out of that business, and they're looking for an exit to get out. And again, where a key advisor comes in is able to make that transition. If there's no succession plan there with a family or an individual, you can help them do that and get to an exit that's meaningful for them generationally and for their families.
Thanks so much for being with us today. It was great to have you here to join us and share with us your experience as a buyer many times over, and appreciate your opinions and thoughts on what it takes to buy a company in today's world.
It was great to be here with you. Thanks, John.